you guys have a new album coming out on Tuesday. How is The Fire different from your previous releases?
I don't know. I think there's a little bit more fire in it. A little bit more aggressive. Not aggressive, but it's more, there's a little bit of urgency to it that maybe isn't so present on other records. So that's one way. I think it sounds the best out of any record we've had. And there's not much filler. There's no filler. On other records, there's been a song or two that I'm like, put it on just because we needed it. But this one, no, there's no filler.
Okay, cool. And then, how has your perspective changed since the release of your first album, like overall?
I don't know. I mean, I was 18, so everything has changed.
It makes sense.
Everything changed. Yeah, everything.
Okay, and then do you think the use of Twitter, Facebook, and other social networking sites is helping or harming bands, both financially and artistically?
I think it's helping. I think it makes it easier for bands to get popular, but then it helps really good bands get popular as well. It just makes it easier to find out and hear about bands. But then it also, I think, takes away a little bit of the mystique of the band. But I've never really cared about mystique. But if you're like into that, if you're like, you know, a band that like wears masks and I don't know, does like a comic book setup, and I don't know. If you don't want people to know who you are.
The next question is, so you guys have been around for a while, and what do you think the key to a band's longevity is, especially since a lot of bands tend to break up after a short time?
Replacing people.
Yep.
Last man standing.
Yeah, that's the goal. To outlast. It's like Survivor.
I like that analogy.
I know. It's a good one. Okay, those are your questions.
Okay, sweet. So I found your lyrics from the song To the Fire online, and there's a line in there that stuck out to me. It was, "We'll find truth through tragedy." And that kind of made me think of something I learned about Socrates, and he believed that the way to find answers is through strife or conflict.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And so
You learn a lot about someone's mud, so that they can bring the heat.
Yeah, so
Sometimes
I guess
some people are kind of like matches, and they bring the heat, but and some people are like a blowtorch, like Jason. It's just like, dude, if you're gonna bring it, I'm gonna. Oh yeah. You don't strike anywhere match. You're just gonna burn right out.
You can wake me up that dude.
Yeah.
So I guess, do you think like writing helps you find answers to things, or is it more of a way to just like release frustrations?
Yeah, both definitely. I think that you can find a lot about yourself, and you have to put it all in perspective.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool that Socrates said that. Yeah, that's what I quoted him on that. So great. No.
That's great.
Is it great? So great.
And there was another quote that I found, but this is from a play called Man and Superman, and the quote's, "I tell you that as long as I can conceive of something better than myself, I cannot be easy unless I'm striving to bring it into existence or clearing the way for it." So would you guys agree with this, or do you think that music and performing is a way for you to be part of something bigger than yourselves?
Yeah, but I like this. You know, there's some. I mean, it's a personal. You can only be in a band for yourself, or else you're gonna be really bummed.
Yeah.
Constantly, I have to constantly keep reminding myself that I'm here to have fun for myself, not for anyone else. Or else you won't have a good time. You'll be miserable. You'll freak out and, you know, yeah, freak out.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Yeah. And do you think it's important to convey a message through your lyrics? Because I find that a lot of bands today,
yeah,
like...
I do. I like lyrics that have convey a message. So I don't like a band unless they have good lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach likes bands that don't sing.
Alright.
Or sing in Japanese. I like that band though.
Yeah, Envy's great. Yeah, I want to see what they mean.
Yeah. I saw them.
I wonder what the lyrics are.
They're probably just like arty, like
They're singing about
Rose.
In-N-Out Burger.
You think it's really profound, and it's like
It's gonna
it
be
could
like nothing.
It could be, like,
That would almost stoke me out more. Yeah.
If it's a joke band.
Yeah.
that'd be pretty sick though. And I guess, what do you guys think is wrong with the music industry today, and how do you think it can be fixed?
I don't think it can be fixed.
No.
You know?
Really?
Burn it down.
Yeah. Nuclear reset.
No, there's nothing. You just gotta accept the fact that you're not gonna make a lot of money being in a band.
Yeah.
And once you accept that and internalize that, and that's okay, then everything's fine.
You can still make more than enough.
That's with labels too. The people at labels are like, we can make this much doing this. That's fine. If you're okay with that, fundamentally, then the music industry can be okay. But it's not gonna be like that. So it's just gonna be cycles. But that's the way it's always been. It's just get the percentage of the pie that music takes from of people spending their money, on has become so small. People don't spend their money on music anymore, so therefore the whole industry suffers. But I don't necessarily think that there's ways to make the band popular. There's not a lot of ways for labels to make money.
Yeah.
Anymore. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's hard for labels. It's not as hard for bands. It's definitely harder for the label because they got they're trying to sell this CD that nobody wants. The band, people come see you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to go see the label. Nobody wants to see Wayne.
I'd love to see Wayne right now. It'd be amazing.
Okay, next question is, you've been a band for a while now, and you've been part of many tours. What's the craziest thing that has happened to you while touring?
Well.
Too many things to mention.
Yeah. I have a really good answer for that right now.
Okay, and then our last question was, what's a question you've always wanted to be asked during an interview?
You're gonna give me that. Yeah, that's good.
I wanted to answer this question before, but I'll ask you. How come it's not okay for people in bands to have an opinion about music? Like, whenever somebody has an opinion, voices their opinion about another band in a band, it's always this big, like, oh my god, I can't believe that he doesn't like that band. Or he thinks that that band is doing something that's not respectable. Well, who's he? How come he can? But everybody critiques music and has an opinion about it. Why aren't people in bands allowed to have an opinion? Why is it, like, not okay? Why is it okay for me to say that a movie sucked, but the moment I'm like, you know what, that band knows, and here's why, people are like, oh my god, who's he to say? Who's me to? I don't know how to make a movie, but I'm allowed to say it sucked, and no one's gonna be like, who the f*** are you? You know how to make a movie? No, we know how to write songs, so I can tell other people that their songs suck. It's my
It's a
opinion.
legitimate. Hello, I can speak English. A legitimate question.
Yeah. It's true though.
Apparently,
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Apparently I said something that bummed everybody out. All across the internet. It's great.
This happens.
The entire internet is a buzz.
Yeah.
Apparently, with that dumb stuff.
It's just whatever someone can fuel on, isn't it?
I guess.
Like,
I mean,
as soon as someone can be like, well, you hate them, like, people can freak out and have a problem. I feel like that's it.
I'll hate anyone. I just don't like a lot of people. Hate is a strong word.